What is good, guys? I hope you're all well. We are back today for another episode of this manager's journey on FIFA 20 career mode. This is 1920 gaming and we're starting the episode off a bit different today. We're starting it off with highlights of the Motherwell game, just because it was the last game left in that month and I wanted to get it out the way. Plus it's always good, it's a FIFA career, so we've got a bit of football. For some reason I've realised as we're recording this it did miss the first goal. When Broffi scored, it wasn't to put us 1-0 up, it was actually to pull the game back to 1-1. And yeah, on this game we were absolutely terrible from start to finish. We couldn't pass. What you don't see here is this goal actually comes from the keeper throwing the ball out to our left back who miscontrols it. Goes straight to their winger who whips it in, and well, you saw the rest. We do in fact end up going on to lose this game 3-1. So that means that we have took just the 1 point from the last possible 6, and obviously that's not a good start. But yeah, that's that game out the way, and now we'll get on showing you everything else that's going on within the club. Starting with the season so far results, as you can see we got chucked right in the deep end here with a 1-1 draw against Rangers, which I felt was a good result. Never managed this team before, had no idea about the players or anything like that, so yeah, good result there. Then we go on to Hamilton away, get the 4-0 win, 2-0 win at home against Aberdeen, 3-1 win away at St Johnstone. So all in all, not a bad first month. We get another clean sheet at home with a 2-0 win against Hibs. What a game this was, by the way, 3-0 against Celtic, a hard fought 3-2 against Ross County, which it shouldn't have been. Another hard fought win against Hearts, 3-2 away. We were fairly comfortable and solid in this one in the 2-0 win at home against Livingston. We got a 1-1 draw, which for me was a disappointing result at home against St Mirren. And then of course the game you just seen, we lost 3-1 away at Motherwell, which was our worst performance of the season. Not just because of the loss, but the manner of the loss as well. It just wasn't good enough. And all of that brings us to this point in the season. We're 11 games in, we got 7 wins, 3 draws, just the 1 loss, which I would more than have taken at the beginning of the season. We got 25 goals scored, which isn't too bad. You really, at the moment, can't count out the old firm in this season because they are just steps above everyone else. Which leaves us with the best, other than them 2, goals scored for the league. So it's clearly an issue with defence that we've got to sort out. 13 goals against in 11 games is just not good enough. The centre-back partnerships are terrible. I think I'm going to go back to Bruce, and it wasn't Robson. We'll figure it out. I can't remember offhand at the moment. But yeah, I probably need to stop rotating defence because it's become unsettled. We were actually, if you remember, at one point the best defence in the league, and that has just got blown straight out the window. But while we're talking about the team and the players and the defence and things like that, it seems like a good time now to move into the squad hub and just look at the contracts of the players, their squad roles, how they're getting on with their overalls and all things like that. And as you can see at the moment, we're starting with Finley. He's got a crucial first team role, and if he doesn't reduce that when we do talk about his next contract, then he's probably going to be going, I would imagine, because I just don't like him. His player performance, morale, as you can see, he's not up on his own performances either. He has literally cost us, just off the top of my head, I can think of 5 goals he's been at fault for this season. We've only conceded 13 as a team, so I'm really just not feeling this guy at the moment. So there's a good chance that come January or the end of the season, maybe, just maybe, he gets moved on. And next up we've got O'Donnell here. His contract actually expires in 8 months. I do think quite a lot of this guy at the moment. He's way better than the other right back options that we've got. He again has crucial first team, which at the moment is okay, but again I'd probably like to bring that down. As you can see from his morale, he's clearly in good form. He's happy with where the team's at. He's happy with his current contract, and he's happy with his playtime. So yeah, O'Donnell, no problems with him at all. He will continue to be the number one right back at the club just at the moment. I don't think our problems are actually in the full back areas in defence. It is definitely the centre back partnerships that we're having problems with. So that's the area that really needs strengthening when we get round to doing such things. And just on the contracts and things like that, all of that stuff will be took care of, and the up to the minute reports will be on 1920 Gaming's Twitter page. But don't worry if you haven't got that, because we'll be doing another video similar to this around the January mark, just before the window opens up. So if you're not on Twitter, then obviously you'll be able to catch up towards January. I just wanted to get that out there. Dicker is obviously our captain at the moment, really happy with him. Power has been our best midfielder in my opinion, but he has gone down in rating, just like Burke here, who's actually retiring at the end of the season. Our keeper is actually on loan, which is really, really worrying. We have got Loyal in training at the moment, but it's a problem that our number one goalkeeper is actually a loanee. We've got this guy here, Koprivec, is that how you say it? His contract runs down in 8 months, so maybe we send the loanee goalkeeper back and put him in, because then his playing time, he'll get happier with that, his morale will go up, maybe his stats go up, because 31 for a keeper is not really that old. So that's something to consider there. Our left back that I'm going to call Nico, because I just cannot say that name, he's also on loan, which is quite worrying again. So maybe we do have to do something in the full-back areas. We've got Del Fabro also on loan. Bruce here, only 8 months left on his contract, and he's gone down in overall. He's one of our star men at the moment. He will definitely be getting a new contract, even if he does want a crucial first team. This guy here, McCreaney, gone down in overall and only has 8 months left. He's our other star man, Brophy. He doesn't actually need a new contract at the moment, which is good. And he's completely happy with how things are going, which is also good. Stephen Hendry, he's probably going to get more game time now that I've realised that Nico is actually on loan. And he'll be getting a new contract as well. Johnson, who I don't think's played that much, on loan. We've got another left back out on loan, and if he's not playing any games, then maybe I'll call him back. Millen has gone up by one, and he's obviously the rotation right back. And then all of these guys really down the bottom here are not really getting many games. St Clair there, another one who's on loan. So yeah, we've got a lot of work to do off the pitch. We've got a goalkeeper out on loan here as well, which we can call back and train up. That might be an idea as well. And then we got Cameron, who's really started performing quite well. He's completely happy as well, which is good. So yeah, there's more work off the pitch to do than I thought that there was. So that's been a real eye-opener for me, guys, and yeah, I need to crack on with that really. So talking about investment in the team and this, that and the other, it now seems like the logical time to look at the transfer budget, and as you can see, it is not very big at all. I know there's been documented that we do have wealthy owners. This is not a reflection on them. This is where the club itself is at financially. If we didn't rely on a rich chairman or chairwoman or anything like that. So yeah, we need to come up with a way of making the club self-sufficient. At the moment, there's not been any investment in the team, because my contract at the moment, even though I chose to have the youth academy built, is only a 1-season trial. That's why no money's been pumped into the playing staff, which for me is completely fair enough. You see it all the time in the Premier League. Managers come in, spend a whole ton of money, get the players in that they want, last a year or two, then the next manager comes in, inherits that squad, and he has different ideas, different philosophies, wants different players, and this, that, and the other. So I think it's actually really smart by the board that they've not gone down that route at the moment, and they're seeing what we can do with what we've got. And that's also the same in our scouting network. As you can see, we only have one scout at the moment, and again, that's due to the club's finances. We could go and ask the chairman for more money, but at the moment it's not likely, while I'm on a trial contract, that we'd even get any anyway. And if we do get investment from the chairman, the owners, obviously it'd have to go on playing staff first, especially the squad is going to be really threadbare by the looks of it next season. So we've got a lot of work to do, but I just want you to see with this series that it's not just about building the best team, having the best players, winning trophy after trophy after trophy. We're really trying to build a club here at the moment, and we're really in the very early stages of doing that. And it's the same sort of thing as well with the youth staff. We obviously don't have any because we don't have the academy yet. So yeah, the club is in its infancy at the moment in terms of where it wants to go. Obviously I'll keep updating you with all this as we make developments and we make similar types of video. Those of you who've watched the Warsaw career know I tend to do it after the 10th game, just before the January transfer window, and just before the end of the season, just to keep you updated with the progression of whatever club it is we're in charge of. But yeah, that's the scouting network took care of and explained, as well as the club's general finances and this, that and the other. And that moves us on to the shortlist. I'm not going to go through every player like we do in the squad hub. I'm just going to scroll up and down, let you see everything about all these players, and if there is one that you're interested in, then obviously you can pause the video at the certain points and have a closer look at those players. But what I was talking about with making the clubs self-sufficient and not having to keep running to a rich chairman, one of the ideas that I've came up with is getting some younger players in to begin with, build them up, have them star and shine for us, hopefully, as in like a Mackenzie or Brough is doing at the moment. And then with the state that we're in as a club at the moment, when offers come in for them players, if they're good ones, obviously we're just not going to be able to say no, and those players are going to have to move on, just like they would in real life, so we can keep pushing the club forward. Because at the end of the day, this series, it's all about the club, not just the team that's out on the pitch, until we get it where we want it to be, which is, at the moment, the first step is to get those 60 points. Then we keep building on that and building on that, then hopefully break domestically the stranglehold that the old firm has on this league at the moment. We want to come to that party and we want to sit at that table, and then from there we want to start going into Europe, and we want to progress out the group phases of European competitions and this, that and the other, and then we want to progress further in those European competitions, and at the end of it hopefully be a European powerhouse. That's the general idea for this career, this series. And then instead of starting a brand new one after that, what I want to do is, because hopefully if we can get to where we want to go, then hopefully we'll have bigger clubs come in and we move around Europe within the same save. That's the idea anyway. We'll just see where we go for now. But yeah, those are the ideas for moving the club forward. We're going to have to generate stars and then move them stars on, then build new stars and move them stars on, until we can sit financially at the table of the Premier League and this, that and the other, where we can then try and cherry pick the best talent, get players come in, hopefully want to be here, want to join us, and then become that European powerhouse that I was just talking about. So that is the general idea of this career mode, and that is the plan of how I want to get to that top table. Hopefully it works, we shall see. It's the first time, to be fair, that I've tried to build an actual club rather than just a winning team. It's something different, that's why I'm enjoying it so much. We've had our new ground, we're building our infrastructure slowly, we've got the new training facilities, we've got the youth academy being built, and of course we've got our new ground. So I'm really happy with how things are progressing there. And now what I just want to show you here at the end of this video is that this really is the next step in our journey, and this is what I mean by that. Obviously we're looking at the Premier League, and you can see that you know probably what's going to come here. You've got West Brom in the Premier League. There's probably others lying around. I can't remember off the top of my head who they are. You've got Aston Villa there as well. And of course down the bottom there, unfortunately they're down the bottom, we've got Warsaw, where we left to come here. And I did the same thing for the other English leagues as well. So everything is exactly as it was league wise as it was when we left Warsaw. So it really has just continued on, and this is the idea that I wanted for the entire series. This is obviously about the journey of the manager, Richard Harley, and we're going to continue to follow that as it goes. So I'm trying to blur it into one big career mode. I didn't just want you to think, oh, we did Warsaw and then it stopped and everything reset and we went back to the very beginning again, because no, we didn't do that. It wouldn't really be a journey if we did. So obviously I couldn't do all the players. I had no idea who was playing for who, but all the clubs are exactly where they were at the end of the Warsaw career, and I just wanted to let you know that. So we will keep a track on Warsaw, see how they're doing. I didn't hold much hope for them in the Premier League, to be honest, but with the finances they've earned, maybe they can hold their own in the Premier League. But that is gonna be it for this video, guys. Once again, thank you for giving up your time to watch it. It really does mean a lot. I actually can't tell you how much it does mean. I do love just being able to sit here and talk about football. I know it's not real world football, but it's as close as we're going to get at the moment. I would love to do it full time, but we'll get there. I'm not going to lose any motivation, because I am generally just enjoying trying to develop this story and keep it going and keep it interesting for you. But again, if you do enjoy what you're seeing at the moment, please do hit that like and subscribe. And that is me for this one, guys. I will see you all in the next one. Thanks again for watching. Bye bye.